Hey, what's up, buddy? Um, Day after your birthday, yesterday was a success. You're in there sleeping right now. We just took the girls for a walk. Was listening to some personal development, and yeah, what can I say about yesterday? It was, we had an awesome time. You really enjoyed it. I felt like there's been times throughout this when the just the feeling of the loss wasn't as bad. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's that pain in the heart. And then sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about mommy. We're having a memory, but it's like a warm and supporting feeling versus like cold, dark, empty loss. If that makes sense. And yesterday, I almost felt like she was kind of with us in some weird way. And there's a couple little moments like us dead ending into. The first thing we did is we went on Haunted Mansion, and you were amazing. And it was a fucking hour-long line. And you actually napped in the little baby holder thing I was holding you. And you crashed out for like 45 minutes. Again, like 1-year-old in an hour line at Disneyland, just chilling. You're just a good boy. I'm so fortunate and blessed because, versus screaming child. That was mommy's favorite ride, so we did that, and you really enjoyed it. Plus, it was, Nightmare Before Christmas theme, so it's cool. And then after that, we were just walking around, and we stumbled into like a dead end area, and it was Santa, like photos with Santa. I actually left. I was like, whatever, this isn't where we're going. I was trying to find the Star Wars little area, let you check that shit out. And in my head, she told me to get in line. She's like, you better fucking go back and get a photo for you. So I was like, and then went through like the store thing, and then came out the other end where like the Santa little thing was at the dead end. And it's like, yeah, this is the line for Santa. There's only 4 people in line. He's like, yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes. It's on a cookie break. Got in line, took a photo. You're screaming. It's hilarious. Again, just a cool little moment, memory, and it was funny, and I just feel like that was so mommy. And then another thing that happened is we took you to Toontown and some other stuff you checked out, and gave you some popcorn, and like just let you kind of enjoy some of the experience, and you just were soaking it up. Rode the Ferris wheel, checked out some stuff by the castle, and you were just like, again, you're like a 1-year-old at Disneyland, just freaking amping on everything. And again, you really hadn't had a nap. You were, you had every reason to be a little shit, and you weren't. You were stoked. And it was cool, just kind of bebopping around with you. And then we go to walk across the little pathway by the, I guess it's like a winter wonderland parade or something. It's a big deal. People are like sitting out there for hours, like trying to get a good seat. And we're in the very front, and then they go by. We obviously watched the whole parade, but we got to see the beginning of the parade front row on accident. And you got to see Mickey and Minnie and all that shit, and the toy soldiers, and you're amping on it. Again, another little cool thing. And then the last little thing that I thought was dope was we were walking back. I'm like, let's go check out the front of the castle, see what's up, and then kind of start going down Main Street. And there's this little area where there's fence, and I was just gonna sit on it and then just let you kind of check out the castle and just watch people walk by. There was nobody around, which again in Disneyland that's very rare. I sit there, and not 2 minutes later, music starts playing these light shows, and then it starts snowing on us. It was very I don't know, serene, whatever. It was trippy, we'll say that. You were having a really good time, and I'm stoked that we were able to give you, to make those memories together. It was dope. Had some painful moments where it's like I did feel the sadness and the loss and the grief and all that, just like normal. But it was cool to be able to kind of celebrate you and, make you the focus. And that was actually one thing I was thinking earlier this morning when I was not journaling, but just in the morning, kind of like reflection stuff, is the amount of power that comes with like me taking the focus off of me, right? Like my feelings, my sadness, my loss. But if I can focus on making you have the best day possible and you handling all your stuff, it just turns down the volume so significantly, and I'm able to like not avoid, but just turn down the volume, minimize. It just disarms that pain, like that other, if, and let's say that's on the flip side, let's say I didn't do that and I just focused on the sadness and the pain. Holy shit, I'd barely be able to get to the day alive. It'd be crazy. And I think going through something like this, it's very easy to, because you're in a crazy amount of pain, sadness, and then looking at photos and just everything reminds you of everything. I mean, I almost wonder if for some people it'd be impossible to not turn down the focus on what they've got going on, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just lucky that I'm able to even consider it. But I do know that through this process, that's been one tool besides the personal development, the mindset stuff, gratitudes, journaling like this, and obviously working out, getting the heart rate up and just again, cleansing the mind, doing the Wim Hof breathing, even jumping into this cold ass pool. There's just a couple tools that have been helpful and that have got me good results that, anybody else is going through something like this, these are some things that have really helped me through. And today's 3 months. It's Wednesday, the 13th, third month. So luckily I was able to get a Wednesday and a 13th out of the way in one, versus it being, two different little moments where I'm just sitting there thinking about shit. But man, I just love her so much, and that's it. That'll never stop. That'll never stop, and I'm okay with that. To be hurt, heartbroken, sad, but you can't hope and pray and wish and dream, and can't turn back time, and I know that, and I'm powerless over that. So it's like I could swim upstream with that, or I could just be sad, which I am. I'm okay with that. But I just got to make sure that even though I'm sad and I feel this way, that it doesn't cut into my standards that I set for myself, the process that I have. Because as soon as we start making excuses for anything, and obviously this is a huge fucking life event, it's not like fucking stub my toe or anything. Everybody would give me all the grace in the world to just completely fuck my life up, because I don't feel good inside, right? But that's not who I want to be. It's not the example I want to set. I want to have been dealt something like this and walk through it honorably and courageous, in a way that I respect. Like, I'm doing this so that I respect myself, that I don't have regrets later on. I'm sure there'll be some things that I fucking could have done it better. But in this moment, I'm doing my best. Each day maybe I do a little bit better because I have more experience with the pain and with the grief cycle and the ups and downs and everything. And I'm just extremely grateful to have you in my life. I'm extremely grateful to have the friends and family that have been reaching out, even the ones that really haven't been reaching out, but I know that they're praying for me. I feel like God has given me strength in the moment. I never get the strength until I take that next step, which is the scary part, but that's faith, right? They say the path illuminates as you walk it, and that's been true. The more that happens, though, the more faith that I have in that process, which is good. Makes it a little bit less harder to trust the process. I should be trusting the process regardless, but that's human nature, and that's kind of where I'm at. But You know, it's been 3 months. It feels like fucking 300 years. Yeah. To say the least. Fucking crazy time warp. You know? Oh, man. There's just a lot going on, but these videos are helping me get these out, and then I play them back. I kind of can see my progress, which is cool. You know, I'm getting a lot out of it, or it's at least one of the tools in my tool belt, and it's got me through 3 months. I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm just going to continue to show up and give my best. Some days my best is shit. Other days it's, you know, it's everything that I, you know, wanted to hold myself to, which is great. I just want you to know that I'm honored to be your father. I love you so much, and I'm going to let you nap. Maybe I'll go in there and rest my eyes and do some yoga nidra for a minute. Love you, buddy. Bye.